Hello, everyone. This is the Parks Academy, where we discuss and celebrate all things theme parks related. We focus mainly on Disney parks and resorts in both Anaheim and Orlando. My name is Paige.
My name is Steven.
And today we will be continuing our mini-series about the history of popular Disney snacks.
Last week was so much fun. I love talking about churros, and it was great. We haven't had a churro since then, though.
We've not.
And it was Cinco de Mayo on Friday.
Yes.
And we went out and we got tacos, and I got a Pacifico beer, and you got a virgin margarita, and we did not get churros.
We did
at the end
not
of it.
get churros.
It was packed, though, so I was trying to like finish up my food and leave
I
so
know.
that people could sit.
We were trying to be respectful so that somebody else could
Mhm.
have our table. Yep.
Yeah. What are we talking about this week?
This week, we will be talking about the one and only Dole Whip.
Literally my all-time favorite Disney snack.
We're going to have to get some Dole Whip or make some Dole
Mhm.
Whip after this episode.
I know.
Because I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about Dole Whip after we record this.
Yeah, I love the Dole Whip float. Well, we'll get into it, but the Dole Whip.
Oh,
float
we're
is,
going to
like,
talk
so
about
good.
all the things.
Yeah, I'm excited. What are you? Speaking of excited, dun, 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 what are you excited about this week?
You know what I'm excited about this week?
What are you excited about this week?
That new show that we've been watching together.
Are you gonna say the name of it, or just say the new show we've been watching together?
Jury Duty.
Yes. It's been
If I
very
said I'm
funny.
excited about Jury Duty, people would be like,
Yeah.
pass.
I actually have Jury Duty coming up in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not gonna say the exact date because I don't want to give away my OPSEC, but yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, the show is great.
If
It's
you've
very, very
not
good.
heard of this show, it is only available through Amazon Prime on Freevee. So there are ads on it, but it's not a big deal at all. And without giving anything away, the whole point of the show is like every single person is an actor except one guy who thinks the whole thing is real. And they're all serving on jury duty together. But he's the only person who doesn't know that it's not a real jury, not a real case, not a real judge.
Mm-hmm.
And it is utterly hilarious.
Yeah, I'm kind of when I look at like the creators and the director and stuff like that, I'm a little bit surprised that I like it. But I do think it's very, very good. It's very well cast. It's funny. It's really funny.
And the only like quote unquote famous person on it is James Marsden.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
he plays himself
as a famous
because
person.
because like the guy who doesn't know that it's real is supposed to think it's in Los Angeles, so it makes sense that like James Marsden could hypothetically also have jury duty
Right.
and not be able to get out of it either. So it actually really works for the show, but it's hilarious. It's got
it's
that
funny.
dry sense of
It's funny.
humor.
Mhm.
It's like documentary style, sort of like The
Mhm.
Office or Parks and Rec, except
It almost reminds me kind of like a Nathan For You kind of thing, where
Mhm.
everything seems to be extraordinarily real,
right.
but you're like, what's real and what isn't? Because if
Right.
this kid Ronald, like, if he if he thinks it's all real, it's like it's weird. It's hard to explain,
It is hard to
but
explain.
it's funny. Todd is my hero in the show.
Todd's my favorite
I loved
one.
it when he made a chair out of crutches.
I know. And he called them Chance
Chance
because they were
Super
chair
funny.
pants.
And he was yeah, it's a funny show. It's hard to put my finger on what it is about it that I like so much.
It's awkward. It's bumbly.
Mhm.
I think I would venture to say most of the show's improvised.
I would say so too. The funny thing too that I think is the main guy in it who supposedly is not doesn't know he's in a TV show. He's a very good actor in it because he's
Yeah.
not trying to act. He's just being
Right.
himself. So
Right.
it's very good in that regard.
It's hilarious. So the reason that they can get away with it is he's been told and he thinks that they're making a documentary about what it's like to be on a jury.
Right.
And so that's why, there's not just like hidden cameras everywhere. He's
Mhm.
sitting down and doing interviews in front of the camera and all
It's
of
very
that.
good.
So it makes sense. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it is very, very funny.
What are you excited about?
I'm excited that the weather is finally starting to turn around for us out here in the Mid-Atlantic area.
Woohoo.
Today was beautiful. It's a nice, warm 71 degrees outside right now. And I got to do yard work and make our yard look nice for the summer. We're going to be doing bonfires and hanging out and grilling outside and all that kind of stuff. So
Hooray.
could not be more excited about that.
Summer is coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost here.
Yeah, I'm excited. I wish we were going to Disney, but we're not. So
Well, the cool thing about it getting warmer and summer coming is when I think about the snack we're talking about today, it makes me wish it was hot outside.
It's true. This would be a weird episode to release in like February
Yeah, or like
January or
December.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can always go for a Dole Whip no matter what. But are you going to ask me what my favorite place to go to Dole Whip is?
maybe.
Because I have the answer.
Maybe I will.
All right. Are you ready to do it?
I'm ready.
All right. Here we go.
All right, so today we are talking about the history of Dole Whip, the history of where it came from in general, how it made its way to Disney, and then some of the most current things about Dole Whip flavors, where you can get it, all of that delightful stuff. So let's start with, of course, what is a Dole Whip? Dole Whip, also known as Dole Soft Serve, is a soft serve dairy-free dessert created by the Dole Food Company in 1983. It is best known for its traditional pineapple flavor, which I'm assuming is your favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never had a different, well, we'll get to it, but I've never tried any others.
You've never even tried another one. Okay, that'll be interesting for later. James Dole, as you could imagine, founded the Hawaiian Pineapple Company in 1901 in Hawaii, with pineapple plantations on both Oahu and Maui. I actually have been to the Dole Pineapple Plantation in Waikiki.
Brag.
Well,
Humble brag.
I've only been to Hawaii one time.
Yeah.
And we stayed in Waikiki.
Yeah. Was it cool?
It was really cool. I mean, they obviously served the Dole Whip there. They had all the kinds of pineapples you could imagine.
I'm sure it was amazing getting it from the source.
It was very cool. It was very cool. But I do actually have some interesting information. Do you think pineapples originated in Hawaii, or do you think they were from somewhere else?
I think they came from San Francisco near it. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke from last week when I said
that is a joke from last week. That's
churros came from the where
next to the fortune
cookie factory in Chinatown in San
You know what
Francisco.
the ironic thing is? I'm gonna joke your joke in just a few minutes.
Okay, great.
But where do you think pineapples actually came from?
I'm gonna say China.
You think they're indigenous to China?
Sure.
Well,
doesn't that sound like it could be right?
It could be. Yeah, I think that does not sound too far off, especially since we learned last week that churros came from like ancient Greece and
I think
ancient
I guessed
Rome.
Maybe China at one point.
And also possibly China.
Although maybe they're from like usually it needs warmer weather to grow pineapples.
So are you changing your answer?
Let's say Cuba.
You are closer, my friend. It is native to South America.
Okay.
Pineapples are not actually native to Hawaii. They are indigenous to South America.
So they're an invasive species is what you're saying,
The Spanish introduced them to Hawaii in the 18th century. So pineapples have been in Hawaii for quite some time. Here's where I'm going to tie it back into your joke last week about San Francisco.
Okay, here we go.
So offices for the Hawaiian Pineapple Company, because this is like predating when it was called Dole. The Hawaiian Pineapple Company had offices in none other than San Francisco.
There you go.
And they would ship a ton of their product,
Interesting.
I'm assuming, to get them over here to the continental 48, right?
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, I could see how that would be.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it comes back to the Bay Area, and we'll get to the Bay Area again in a few minutes.
Love it.
In the 1960s, another company acquired the Hawaiian Pineapple Company, and then they renamed it the Dole Food Company after the founder, James Dole himself, who founded the Hawaiian Pineapple Company.
I had a theory about this, and so far my theory is you've already dismantled it. So
what
I'll tell
was
you.
your theory?
No, keep going. I'll tell you in a minute because I want to hear about how and when they came to Disney. So
okay, well, we're almost there.
Yeah.
In 1976, the Dole Food Company became a sponsor of Disneyland's what?
Adventureland.
Close. More specific. What in Adventureland?
Oh, Enchanted Tiki Room.
Yes, the Enchanted Tiki Room. Very nice. Which took
we'll
over
edit that
for...
out so that I get my right answer first.
So they took over as a sponsor.
You said 1970 something?
76.
Okay. So my theory was that, and I guess I should have known better than this. I just never looked it up. But Walt is such like a Hawaii head. Like so much of Hawaiian culture was kind of, you could just feel it and like what Walt did and his interest in it and stuff like that. So I would have thought for some reason that he and pineapples just would have been like synonymous with one another.
Okay.
But,
so like all the way back to Walt days.
I don't know. I just felt
Early
like
Walt
that.
days.
It just felt like that could have been right.
Yeah.
But the Polynesian resort feels like Walt Disney, and he wasn't alive to see it.
Right.
I don't even know if
Right.
that was planned, frankly,
Yeah, I don't know.
during his lifetime. So,
Well,
anyways,
when did when
1976.
did the Polynesian open? Can you look that up while I
Yeah, keep going.
finish this fact? Because I do know, I think my grandma said that she stayed there early on one of her first trips to Walt Disney World. So while you're looking that up, the sponsor that Dole Food
I have it.
took over for actually was United Airlines.
Okay.
And I knew that because on our poster in our basement here,
Mhm.
it says Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room presented by United Airlines, which means that this original poster predates 1976.
When do you think the Polynesian opened?
75.
October 1st, 1971.
It
Opening
opened the
day.
day that
Mhm.
it opened.
Yeah, so
Wow.
put a pin in this, but we should do an entire crazy long series about the history of resorts.
That would be really fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Well, we could do it in chunks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we could do a series about the deluxe resorts and a series about
Yeah.
the moderate resorts.
That would be, this is all inside the show, but that'd be a fun one to have like guests on with their
Yes.
favorite resort and have them talk about
Yes,
it.
that would be really fun.
All right, cool. Write in if you're interested.
Perfect. That'd be really fun.
Get you okay.
Yes. So now that we know the history of Dole Whip and we know how it was introduced to Disneyland,
Mm-hmm.
starting in 1976, when they became the sponsor of the Enchanted Tiki Room, they started selling pineapple spears and pineapple juice in
Yes.
Disneyland.
So good.
And then Walt Disney World added Dole as a sponsor in 1983.
Wow, a little late on the
Yeah,
draw.
so
huh?
it did take a couple years for them to add Dole as a sponsor. Now, the other really interesting thing is, so for all that time, they were not selling Dole Whip because Dole Whip was not created until 1983.
Okay.
So in 1983, a food scientist named Kathy Westfall was working for Dole in San Jose, California,
All right.
back to the Bay Area, and she actually invented Dole Whip. So prior to this, Walt Disney World started serving vanilla soft serve topped with pineapples.
Interesting.
But what's the problem with serving soft serve in Florida?
it melts.
It melts really
Right.
quickly,
Yeah.
especially in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
So they were looking to create a dry mix version that was dairy-free, so that
Mhm.
way it wouldn't go bad and
Yeah.
it would be easier for them to just pump it out and
Right.
for it not to melt as quickly in the Florida humidity and heat. So she ended up creating this non-dairy dry mix version.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then pineapple, orange, and strawberry were the only original flavors of Dole Whip. So those were the only three that you
Okay.
could get.
Okay.
Were pineapple, which is what people
Yeah.
think of as the traditional
Right,
flavor,
of course.
orange, and strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dole Whip debuted in Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom in 1984,
Mm-hmm.
and then in Disneyland in 1986.
Okay, interesting.
So it was really like Dole Whip was created to have a snack that was similar to what they were already doing with the vanilla soft serve.
Do
topped
you
with
know what
pineapples.
month it came out, maybe?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Do you know what month it came out?
No. I'm just
Are you quizzing me
no,
on my
gosh,
research?
no. It just if it was after September, that would be Eisner's first action as CEO was to bring Dole Whip
Ooh,
to the park.
interesting.
I'm sure-
1984?
Yeah, because Ronald Miller was the CEO from 80 to 84, a very short-lived
Okay.
sort of thing. But then Eisner took over in September 84.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, some of the research that I was reading was mentioning Eisner,
Mhm.
so I would assume that it was in the works,
Mhm.
and because remember, it wasn't invented until 83.
correct. Yeah.
So that would have had to have been under
Yeah.
the guy before.
The Miller administration.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Under the Miller administration.
Yeah.
That's it.
Jeez.
So now, presently, obviously, if you are a Disney fan, you know that you can get the Dole Whip soft serve. Or, as Steven mentioned at the beginning of our show, which he enjoys getting, you can get it as a float where they
Mhm.
add pineapple juice.
Yes.
You can also spike that with rum.
Mm.
For those of you that like
So
rum, which
that's-
that is my liquor of choice, is
That's
rum.
totally a Disney World thing.
It is.
Because until Oga's, you couldn't get alcohol in Disneyland.
Right?
You could get it at like Trader Sam's
Sure.
by the Disneyland Hotel.
Yep. But
But,
not in the parks.
No.
Yep.
Interesting.
I know.
Really
I
quick,
know.
sorry, this is a side tangent.
Of course.
Ron Miller, the CEO, he died in 2019 in Napa, California, my hometown.
All of these Bay
I
Area
know.
things
You never really hear
today.
about people dying there,
No.
except for people I grew up with, I
He
guess.
must have retired there,
Yeah,
I
must
bet.
have done.
I
Yeah.
bet he just, like, bought property in Napa.
Yeah, this isn't an episode about him, but just thought that was kind of interesting.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah, that is interesting.
yeah.
Look at all these Bay Area facts today.
Mhm.
All right, so when you're thinking about buying a Dole Whip, where should you go? Here's some places that you can purchase Dole Whip. This is
In the
now an
parks?
advertisement.
Or, yeah, in the parks
It's
or
not
in
all in the
general?
parks.
Okay.
So,
Well, it'd be like on property or
correct.
like
Yep.
at your local Sam's
And I
Club.
will talk about outside of the parks
Mhm.
where you can also
Great.
purchase it.
Good.
So, within property now, you have the Polynesian Resort, of course, Aloha Isle and Sunshine Tree Terrace in Magic Kingdom.
Boo.
You can find this also in Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Mhm.
Epcot Festivals often
Yep.
has different flavors of Dole Whip. Disney Springs sells different Dole Whips. Typhoon Lagoon actually also sells Dole Whip. And the All-Star Movies Resort
Oh, no
sells Dole
kidding.
Whip. Did you know that?
I don't think so, but I've never stayed there
Yes,
before.
I have stayed there. I think it was movies. Yeah, it was movies, I think. And then in Disneyland at the Tiki Juice Bar or Tropical Hideaway and
Yes.
the Disneyland Hotel,
Yes.
as you mentioned.
Mhm.
So there are several places that you can get Dole Whip, both in Walt Disney World and Disneyland.
Right.
And now there are so many different flavors and decorations and all the
Mhm.
things. Just like we mentioned with churros last week, you can get lemon lime, mango, strawberry, raspberry, orange, lemon, all the things. The traditional pineapple Dole Whip is still, I would
Yeah.
say, the most popular, the original that everybody wants.
Yeah. They did have the watermelon Dole Whip that was served inside of a watermelon with chocolate chips on top. You recall that?
I remember seeing that.
And you almost got it, but you
Yes.
were wildly pregnant at the time.
Yes,
And so you skipped it.
I
but
could not in that Florida heat.
It actually looked pretty good. It was
looked
in Disney
really
Springs.
good.
They were selling it, like right near the right kind of.
Right by Ghirardelli.
Yeah, right by Ghirardelli. It was in that area, by the
Yeah.
Pin Traders area.
So 2 interesting ones that I think are really sweet because, we love Moana in this house.
We do.
They have themed ones like the Kakamora float,
Mhm.
which is really, really cute. It's a coconut soft serve with pineapple juice.
Oh, fun.
And blue, I never know how to say this. That alcohol syrup, curacao.
I need to see the
Blue.
word.
CURACAO, but the C has a little symbol under it.
I'm going to say
Blue syrup.
Yeah.
And a little Kakamora treat on top. So that one is really cute. The other one, which is brand new to Walt Disney World, this is available at the Polynesian Resort, and it is a Heart of Tafiti Dole Whip cup. So it's Dole Whip with mochi cake, Moana-inspired white chocolate medallion, and an edible flower on top. It is so cute. Curacao.
Yeah.
Curacao.
There you go.
Blue curacao syrup on that Kakamora float.
Curacao.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to translate, but I'll definitely put it in.
Curacao.
I'm using Google
There we
sounds
go.
like for it.
There you go. So those are 2 really, really cute Moana-inspired ones, which make me feel like I
love
want to
those,
be
yeah.
at
I love those.
Aulani, sitting in Hawaii, enjoying some Disney treats. And then in terms of the ingredients, they just use powder and water in a soft serve machine at Disney because it's the dry mix.
What?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
But Disney released a recipe in 2020, just
Yep.
like they did with churros, for people that they could make it at home. And it is vanilla ice cream, pineapple juice, and frozen pineapple chunks,
That sounds extremely good.
which I think you would probably just stick in a blender
Or probably our food I don't know. Honestly, I need to look at the recipe to find out.
or an ice cream machine,
Yeah, I'm going to go out and buy a Carpigiani soft serve machine,
a soft serve.
bring it to my
machine.
house, and,
For fresh Dole Whip, yes. Yes, please.
There was that period of time when everyone was going sideways for soda streams, and I never jumped on that. But that feels like, I like to say, it's fun to have things, but sometimes things can sound like a project. Having a soft serve machine sounds like a project.
It does.
Like there's
If
nothing.
it breaks, like, what are you supposed to do?
No, there's nothing more than having there's nothing that I want more than having a full-fledged espresso machine in my home. That is a project.
To clean that
That's what I'm
bad
saying.
boy.
Every day.
Ew.
You know, it's not you. It's fine. It's just tedious.
It's tedious.
And if you want it done right, you know, that sounds like either I won the lottery or I'm retired thing.
Right.
Because the only reason I say if I won the lottery is because I don't have to like work. So
Right.
I can have time to fill my day with cleaning my espresso machine and my soft serve ice cream machine.
Yes, for your Dole Whip machine.
Mm-hmm.
So you had mentioned, can you get this at your local, what did you say, Safeway?
I said
forget what
Sam's
you
Club, but I
Sam's
was
Club.
just
Yeah,
throwing
yeah,
a name out there.
So, unfortunately, to take the magic out of it a little bit, it is not exclusive to Walt Disney World and
I
Disneyland.
figured, hey, Mr. Dole's got to make money, you know?
It is actually available at retailers outside of Disney. And I thought the funniest thing is when I was doing this research, someone was like, don't think about the fact that you can get this at like the local corner store out of a Slurpee machine.
But to be fair, you can't Slurpee. Come on.
Well,
to be fair, you can get a corn dog or a churro anywhere. There's something, but like Disney, you know, they do whatever they do to it to make it nice, and it's the atmosphere. You're buying the atmosphere, not the Dole Whip.
Correct.
You know.
The other really interesting thing is, as of 2023, it is now available to be sold in stores.
You can buy right now on Amazon for $143 a 70-pound bag of of pineapple Dole soft serve mix.
Yep. I guarantee you that's what Disney uses.
That's crazy. I thought it was.
I know.
I thought it was fresh.
It's a dry
pineapple.
mix.
I
I told
that.
you.
It
It's a
kind of ruins it for me, but
dairy-free
it's
dry
still
mix.
very, very good. Huh.
Hey, good things can come from dry mix, my friend.
Yeah.
Cakes start as dry mix.
Here's a
too.
T-shirt on Google that says "Buy me a Dole Whip and call me a princess." So we might
need
need that
that.
one for next time, I guess.
That's awesome.
You know.
All right, a couple other facts before I ask you some personal questions about your Dole Whip preferences.
Shoot.
So, it's always been dairy-free, of course, and gluten-free, but it is also confirmed that since at least 2013, it is also vegan. So this is for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
This is for literally everyone.
So you can't get like your bacon
Unless
Dole
you are
Whip.
not allowed to have sugar or fruit.
I don't know. If you can't have sugar or fruit, I can't help you.
But if you are gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, this is for you.
Like some people can't have certain
I'm assuming
things.
it's also nut-free. So like most allergy soy-free, I don't know. I'd have to look at those. But like this is very allergy-friendly.
We can't keep quite yet. But
all I'm saying is it's very allergy-friendly. Like
yes.
several people. This was something that I really enjoyed as someone who has to either not have dairy at all or have very limited dairy. This is something I really enjoyed because it felt like I was having really good soft serve without compromising on like some weird knockoff dairy-free ice cream. It was really authentic. I didn't have to get some sort of substitute. It just was Dole Whip, and it was delicious.
As this episode's over, I'm going to go to the grocery store near us, and see if they have some.
And get some?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm going to. We should have had it before and eat it.
But if we have the dry mix, what are we supposed to do with it?
No, you can.
You're going to purchase it like in the Dole Whip. Like where the ice cream is. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not just going to go buy mix.
Well, you were looking at the mix on Amazon, I wasn't sure.
Put it in milk?
So the other thing is, how many calories do you think one serving of Dole Whip is? It would be 2/3 of a cup of Dole Whip. Like one classic.
My heart is telling me that
Dole
it's not that many calories, so I'm going to say 160 calories.
Wow. That's actually not...
Too
That's
far
not
off?
a terrible guess.
What is it?
It's only 110 calories.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking it
for
has
one
to be
serving.
under. I was like, it has to be under 200.
Yeah,
There's no way.
It's actually a pretty healthy snack
so
for it to be soft serve.
It's good for you.
Enjoy your Dole Whip is all we're saying.
That's delicious. Sounds good.
Yeah, I don't want to look up how many calories one churro is in Disney, but I wanted to share this one because if you are conscious of, how much you're eating. I am conscious of how much I'm eating in Disney because when it's so hot, I can't eat that much. And so when things are lighter, like I hate to say like I get salads when I go to Disney or light sandwiches, but a snack like this is great because it's really light.
Yeah.
And it's refreshing. And so also when you're like, it's only 110 calories.
How many calories do you think a churro is?
Well, I kind of saw your screen, but it's like 250 or something.
It's 240. So
Yeah.
you did see my screen.
Yeah.
That's not that bad either, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's like double. You could have 2 Dole Whips for the price of one churro.
Yeah. Or just have both.
Or have both.
Yeah.
You're in Disney.
Walking it off.
Who cares?
You're walking it off.
Also, you don't have to count calories. It's okay. You're great the way you are.
Me? or
Yes.
everyone in general.
Well, you specifically, and
Thank you.
also every one of our
Right,
listeners.
yeah, you don't need to do all that stuff.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So those are my facts about the history of Dole Whip and how it came to the parks and where you can find it and
Great.
how you can make it yourself or where you can buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think of your favorite place to get a Dole Whip, what would you say?
I would say this spans all the way back to my childhood going to Disney and going always through Adventureland first. So when you walk through right up to the castle and like the center area with the partner statue, and then you take a left into Adventureland, like everyone should do. You start in Adventureland, you start in Mexico. No, whoa, hang on. You start in Adventureland. You start in I keep Freudian slipping that.
Yes.
You start in
Mexico.
Adventureland.
You admitted it.
No, you don't. You start in Adventureland, you start in Canada, okay? And that would be a good t-shirt.
You start in Tomorrowland, you start in Mexico.
Reverse it, swap it, and you're good.
You start in
anyway,
Tomorrowland,
so you start in
Adventureland,
Mexico. And then you go and you get it right by the Enchanted Tiki Room, right near those nice Adventureland bathrooms. The line can be terribly long, but they usually have misters. Not like men not like
spray machines,
misters, like sprayers, yeah. And
not just men standing in line.
Yeah, not just misters saying But that's my favorite place to get them, in my opinion. As Peggy Hill would say, in my opinion, that is the only place to get them.
Well, my answer is fairly similar because I said Aloha Isle right outside the Tiki Room in Adventureland, but that would be in Magic Kingdom just because I'm more familiar with that.
When we got them in Magic Kingdom, it really just it didn't feel right to me. And I'm all about like things feeling right.
Because the nostalgia for you wasn't there. That's why.
Yeah, right.
But
and
it was for me.
I feel nothing for Aladdin's magic carpets because they don't have those in Disneyland. And so,
but they're so fun.
I like to be able to wait in line, hear the Tiki Room go off or do what it's going to do, and then see the castle, you know?
I feel like we need some festive music behind this episode.
Squint and see the castle. Like for the whole thing?
Not the whole thing.
We're not that kind of podcast.
Not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like little clips of like in transition when we're talking about Hawaiian things. I feel like there needs to be some island music.
There's a website I found that has all the Disney theme park music. So maybe I'll grab some of that.
I'm also...
And hopefully we don't get shut down.
Also partial to the Polynesian Resort, of course. So if I'm not getting a Dole Whip in either Disneyland or Magic Kingdom, I would say send me to the Polynesian and I'll stay there all day.
I just, I think for me, I don't love, Magic Kingdom's fine, but it doesn't have the same nostalgia for me. But like the Polynesian for some reason feels very, it feels very authentically Disney.
And it feels like old Disney.
So does the Disney. If you stepped into the Disneyland Hotel, it's refurbished. They're beautiful, but it also feels very traditional Disney too. So any of those places I think would be fine for me. But my favorite is definitely like, right next to.
Right by the Tiki Room in Adventureland
itself.
Yep,
yeah.
For sure.
Start with Disney. Start with Adventureland. Start with Canada.
So you are going left in Disney or Magic Kingdom. Epcot. And right in Epcot. And I'm going right in Disneyland or Magic Kingdom and left in Epcot for some odd reason.
Maybe we'll see each other. We'll pass by each other like me and my neighbor mowing lawns.
We'll pass each other in like, what's the halfway point? Is it?
I would say Norway-ish. China or Norway?
I think is it China or Japan that's right in the middle?
I don't.
Where the boats take off.
I'm not sure. We can probably. I wonder if there's anything.
I wonder if there's a
on
map.
my computer that lets me see what it looks
like.
I
wonder if there's a map. I swear we know stuff about Disney. When you've been so many times, we don't just like stare at the map anymore. So,
American Adventure.
It is the American Adventure. So
you want to know something super freaking?
I was thinking
you want
to
know something extraordinarily embarrassing?
What?
Norway's right next to Mexico.
Yeah. See, but is Japan close to the middle?
Yeah. Japan's to the right, and then Italy's to the left of the American Adventure.
Okay.
In my defense, though, when you go to Mexico, you like to drink a lot of margaritas and hang out. So by the time that I met with you, I would have been like all the way through. So
you're telling me you wouldn't have stopped in any of those? You wouldn't have gotten beers anywhere along the way, or food, or done Canada far and wide?
I like to save my money. So
Well, I would have had a couple margaritas
I'm kidding.
on a
I'm
margarita
just
flight and still made it to the American Pavilion in time.
no. Honestly, I'm just trying to not feel humiliated that I said I thought that Norway was in the middle.
That's okay. No one will remember that you
No,
said
well,
that.
they will. But the other thing is that I feel like there's no sense of space when you're in World Showcase.
Right.
Everything's just everything.
And you're just in a circle.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So you're not really paying attention to what's straight across from you
Right.
necessarily.
Yep.
But I should have known better, and now
That's
I do.
okay. That's okay. All right. Next thing you might have to look up if you don't already know. What flavor have you not had? So literally any flavor, because you said you've only had a traditional pineapple Dole Whip. Would you like to try? And while you're looking that up, I have two. One that I've already mentioned, that Kakamora float just sounds really, really great with the coconut soft serve and pineapple because it kind of is reminiscent of like a pina colada. The other one that I think would be really, really great to try would be the Simba Sunset. That one's just
interesting.
pineapple and strawberry.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I think pineapple and strawberry are both very refreshing flavors. So it's just like basically a yellow and red swirled Dole Whip. And if I remember correctly, I think that one is available in
The Tamu Tamu refreshments in
yes,
Animal Kingdom.
in Animal Kingdom, yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Which obviously is my favorite park. So that's an area that I would definitely frequent.
Mhm.
And so that would be the flavor that I would like to try would be the Simba Sunset. Just the
So
Dole Whip with, oh, this one says
believe it or not,
pineapple with watermelon, strawberry, and coconut flavored syrup.
I would try any of these.
Really?
So
Any of the plain flavors?
any
or...
of the any flavors.
Okay.
So the Today Show went all Disney food blog on us in 2021, and they said we tried and ranked the 8 best Dole Whips at Walt Disney World. Like, come on, Today Show. And I'll put this in the show notes, but some of them look really good. The number one that they chose actually was called the Pineapple Lonnie Lime Dole Whip, and it has like chili lime seasoning on it that I'm sure is very good. I don't want that on my churro, but I would do that on a Dole Whip. I would try the watermelon one, even though watermelon is not my all-time favorite flavor. But if I had to go with just like, standard old flavors, I think I would probably say lime or raspberry sound really good.
I think you would really like a lime Dole Whip.
I think so
if I had to
too.
guess. There's
Dang, these
also a
all look
lemon
so
lime, I
good.
think.
They have a Sunshine Tree Terrace I Lava You float. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's still there anymore, but from the hit short Lava
I
by
know,
Pixar.
so cute. I love that
That one
short.
looks pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, it has popping candy on it. I don't want a surprise.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't want a surprise.
Yeah,
It's
I
too
wouldn't
much
like
for
that on
me.
a Dole Whip. All right, in that same vein, so those are flavors we'd like to try. What flavor sounds gross to you? So the flavor that sounds gross to me, when I was looking at all the different Dole Whip flavors, at Typhoon Lagoon, they have a habanero lime galley shack swirl, which is, and this actually ties in with the churro head that I thought sounded gross. No offense to mangoes. It's Dole Whip mango and lime with tequila, habanero lime flavoring, Sprite, and lime chili rim.
Ugh.
I don't want spicy, sweet treats.
The thing though is,
If I'm gonna have a dessert, I don't want it to be spicy.
the thing is though is whenever if I'm to have a margarita, salt is good on the rim. If it's fine. I do like when they put some like chili powder around or some kind of like a chili seasoning around the rim. It's actually very good.
No,
Especially if you get like a jalapeno margarita, that can be really good.
No.
I don't think any of these look particularly gross to me, I must say.
Well, most of them are fruity, so it's kind of hard to
Yeah, it's kind of hard
mess
to be
up a
like, this looks
fruity-
nasty.
right, a fruity treat.
I mean, on the face of it, if I had to like look at one, I guess I don't know if this is correct or not. Yeah, the pineapple, lemon, mango, and raspberry some of them just look like too much. I
Yeah.
think the one that you mentioned looks like it just might be a little bit too much.
Yes. It just sounds like it's way too much happening. And again, when I have a margarita, I get frozen with strawberry flavoring and sugar on the rim. I don't even like salt to be with it. If I want like a frozen drink or a frozen treat, I just want it to be sweet. I don't want any surprises, like you said with the popping candy.
Yeah. Storybook treats at Magic Kingdom Park. Again, I can't vouch for how accurate these all are as far as continuing to
If they're
If
still
they're
there.
still there?
Yep.
But they had a Peter Pan Dole Whip float with lime Dole Whip and Sprite. That sounds clutch. It was available
actually
during
does
the
sound good.
50th, but I don't think it's there anymore. But that sounds really
Remember
fun.
that Hey Hey Dole Whip where
Mm-hmm.
it would like melt and the little
Hey.
shoot,
His little eyes.
what
his
are those
little,
what are those candies that you like? The belts, the sour
yeah.
belts?
It's like, zip.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it just like falls and the eyes fall and it just is such a struggle looking once it's been in the Florida heat.
Yeah, and it's on
so
like
funny.
a blue waffle cone, which
Yeah.
hard pass.
That one doesn't look like it's super disgusting. It's just sort of
I just
a
don't
struggle.
want it, man. I just don't want it. All of these terrible pictures that I'm seeing of Dole Whips in Florida all just look sad.
Bless.
They're milty and they just look terrible.
Well, next time we go, let's do like a choose your own adventure Dole Whip tour.
Okay.
And we'll do a blog post about it and we'll rank our top favorite ones.
I'm into that. Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
I think that'd be cool.
Because there's not a ton of calories. And we can like resort hop. We can go to the different parks, obviously. So
yeah, let's do it.
We'll try different Dole Whip flavors and we'll let you guys know what we think.
Perfect.
So that'll probably not be until at least next December. Womp womp. That's okay. It'll be fun.
Life's it's crazy, like having kids, because I really wanted to go see Return of the Jedi in theaters, and everything in my life kept conflicting with it.
Sad.
And I'm like, I could go see it at 6, but I got to put our baby down at like 8. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna make it back in time.
And just FYI, I am not a negligent mother who makes Steven put our baby down. It is actually
no.
because she's having really, really bad separation anxiety right now. And
it's like awful, actually.
She did not sleep through the night for like 2 months straight. So we had to restart sleep training, which if you are a parent who's had little ones that had to be re-sleep trained at like 17 months old.
Crazy.
It is a struggle.
Yeah.
But Steven has had to do it by himself, and it's been so much more successful.
Well, and it's not because you're negligent, as you said. It's because, if anything, she needs you too much.
That's the exact problem.
She like needs that. She needs her mother, and with her dad, she's like, yeah.
She's like, okay, I'll lay down.
Like,
bye.
The sooner you're out of here, the better, dog. Yeah. On that note, though, we have been reading through the little golden books of every Star Wars film, the Skywalker
That's
saga.
your daddy-daughter time.
She's been really enjoying it.
Cute.
We read half of Return of the Jedi before nap time, and then she's like, pass.
Very cute.
So
yes,
yeah, I think her favorite was Phantom Menace, which like blew my mind.
Huh, interesting.
Just wait till you see the movie, kid.
Yeah, she'll have to be a little older so that she can like actually take them all in. All right.
Yeah.
Are you ready for your snack trivia?
I guess I just wasn't done saying that I just miss being able to just like go places on a whim. And like it would be extraordinarily easy for us to say we can just fly down to Disney for a weekend and, you know, stay at a cheap resort and do this, that, and the other thing.
But we're going to be doing that with Hershey Park in a very short few weeks here. And then we'll be going pretty regularly.
I know. It's good. All the love for Hershey Park, but you know.
It's not Disney, I know.
It's not. I don't have any nostalgia feelings for it. I just like it's fine. That's good.
Okay.
I'm not complaining.
That's okay. Shall I now ask you your snack trivia question?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Last week you were 0 for 3.
I
am fairly confident that you will get at least one of these correct.
Okay.
Okay. You may even get 2 or 3. We'll see.
Not.
Okay. Let's start with the most challenging question. How many tons of fruits and vegetables are grown each year in the Land Pavilion? 5 tons, 10 tons, 20 tons, or 30 tons?
Before I answer, I realized that as you asked me that, I did like a fat Tony Soprano breath into the microphone.
That's okay.
What were the questions again?
What
were the answers,
5, 10, 20, or 30 tons. How many tons of fruits and vegetables?
I'm going to say 20.
You are so close.
Was it 10 or 30?
It's 30 tons.
30 was my heart, and then I took it back because I didn't want to...
As a teacher, I will confidently tell you, always go with your gut.
I know. Well, also, but
never
always
go with your
choose
second
C,
choice.
You know?
Except that I made the answer D.
Okay, 0 for 4.
0 for 4. That's okay. I am confident you will get this next one correct.
Don't misplace
your
confidence,
ready?
But go for it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
And also remember to play along at home. We'd love to
Yeah.
hear how you do on Snack Trivia.
We need a theme song for Snack Trivia.
We do.
Snack Trivia, play along at home. If you get the answers right, you will do better than Steven on the show, because he's over 4. That's Snack Trivia on the Parks Academy Podsnacks. Dun dun.
Perfect. That
Yeah.
was a great little theme song. It was a little long.
TM.
Feels like it needs to be a shorter jingle. We'll think of something.
Podsnacks Trivia, you better get the answers right,
That's it.
or we'll block you, or you're banned from the show.
Too long.
All right.
Too long.
And there's kind of a threat in there too, which
There
is not great.
That was not great. That was not your best work. All right, question 2.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You can do it.
Okay.
I know you can.
Okay.
Which of the following is available? Wait, hold on.
Start over. Here we go.
Wrong.
Whoever wrote these questions
verb.
really needs to figure it out.
I wrote the questions. Yeah. Which of the following is available in the Disney parks?
Okay.
So there's 4 things.
4 things that are available. One of them is available.
Only one of them is available in the Disney parks.
Shoot.
Pepsi products. Poutine. Gum.
It's poutine, because you can get it in Canada.
Plastic straws.
It's poutine, because you can get it in Canada. I've had it in Canada.
You didn't even hear all the questions.
Okay, go for it. Keep going.
That was the last one.
Yeah, it's poutine, because I've had it in the Canada Pavilion, and they gave you those terrible paper straws not that long ago. # save the tortoises. And then you can't have gum, because Walt said no thank you, and also they're a Coke company.
Ding, ding, ding.
Pepsi, I think, is for Six Flags, so.
Maybe Universal? Does Universal sell Pepsi, or are they also
know.
Coke people?
Not sure. I think they have RC there at Universal.
RC Cola?
Yeah.
What?
Pretty sure.
What? Anyway, yes!
Yeah, poutine.
Hooray!
Yeah, because you can get it to Canada.
Play a cute little sound effect here.
I'm 1, 4, 5.
Like a confetti sound effect
If you
or
guys
something.
got that wrong, you're banned from the show.
There's another threat. Please don't feel threatened by Steven. Okay, the last one. I also think this one's pretty easy.
Okay.
In which land can you not buy a Mickey ice cream bar? Pandora, Grizzly Peak, Fantasyland, or Tomorrowland?
It's obviously Pandora, and I think you're making these easy so that I don't feel bad later. 2 for 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I know, because I've had
Good
a
job.
Mickey bar in almost all those other places.
Well, I thought maybe Grizzly Peak would be like, maybe not.
Grizzly Peak, you can get anything you want there.
Yes, but California Adventure doesn't have all the same snacks.
I know.
So
but yeah,
it's
100% Avatar.
It is Pandora.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you. 2
Yay,
for 6.
2 for
Dun,
6.
dun, dun, dun.
Look, I was confident you would get at least one.
I honestly think the last 2 are pandering, but I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
The problem is when you give me options that are like, it's either, 1, 2, 3, or 4 tons, it's like I have to just totally guess.
I know.
Because how am I supposed to know?
Well, you can,
You
can try to estimate.
I guess,
You can try to estimate. That's all our trivia for today. Did you learn a lot about Dole Whip?
I did, yeah. I really did.
You really,
I thought that
did.
I learned more about churros last time.
Really?
Yeah. But I still found it to be very enlightening.
Do you remember what you learned about churros?
Yeah, I learned that
Where did he get the idea for churros?
he found a box on the side of the road and he opened it up and then
Not on
stole
the
the
side of the
secrets
road.
from inside. Well, he found a box and stole the
Where
secrets
was
from inside
he?
of it. Where was he?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say he was in the Norway Pavilion.
If you want to learn a fun fact about Steven, it's that he doesn't pay attention to 90% of the words that I say.
I listen.
You listen, but you don't hear.
I know. That's a classic. So I'm actually deaf in my left ear.
He likes to use that as an excuse for why he doesn't
I'm
pay
not
attention
fully deaf,
to me.
but I have a very hard time hearing out of my left ear.
You're like 25% deaf.
Yeah.
Because your left ear is not completely not functional.
The eardrum is damaged. The eardrum is damaged. The eardrum is damaged. So
there you go.
Yeah.
You're not completely deaf in one ear. It's like you're half
I'm
deaf.
hard of hearing in that ear.
Yes, correct.
So it's hard for me to remember where the box was that he found it.
Long Beach Grand Prix.
Right.
He saw a churro stand.
And he was like, I'm just going to steal your secrets.
And he contacted the company and said, do you want to work with Disney? And they said,
Yes, of course
yes.
we do. It was good, though. I enjoyed both of these. What do we have? What's next week?
Next week,
Or is it a surprise?
you'll have to see.
Okay.
I don't disclose what's next.
Hmm.
What do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be the world's shortest episode on why you can't buy gum in the parks.
World's shortest episode.
I'm kidding.
That would be a 2-minute episode.
Yeah, it'd be like,
because
Walt said no.
so.
I don't know. I don't have a guess.
Other popular snacks you would like to hear about?
Actually, if people want to hear about a certain snack, they should tell us.
Write in.
We'll
do
do
an
and let us know.
Instagram
Maybe
story.
I'll do an Instagram story.
Let's do it.
Although usually they fail. Like I ask people to do something and no one writes me.
Hey, you know what? Give them some options.
Yeah.
We'll do 4 options.
Yeah,
we'll let
that's a
the
good
people pick.
idea.
Because I have a couple that I was thinking, but
Yeah.
we'll see what the people want to hear.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. This has been a lot of fun. I've really loved doing this series with Paige. I think that I might have a brand new outro for the show, so stay for like a minute or two to hear that. Yeah. Again, you guys are such an awesome audience. We've really enjoyed doing the show. We love hearing from you guys and the little community that we've built here. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at the Parks Academy. You can follow along with what we're doing in our blog and stuff on the parksacademypod.com. You can support the show on Patreon, but also you can support us by giving us kind words and ratings on Apple Podcasts. We are, of course, sponsored by Deep Cut Co. You can get 10% off your first order of their handcrafted record displays and accessories using the code TPA10 at checkout. And is there anything else? You never really do the outro with me, but is there anything else I'm missing?
I don't do the outro because I have nothing to contribute.
I know, it's just a lot of like, do this, do that. It's a lot of instructions.
It's like, hey, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening,
And also, here's our sponsors.
Usually I say catch you next time, but I'm going to say start with Adventureland, start with Canada. See you next week.